So, this is about writing complex sentences. So, first of all, we'll start off with a simple sentence. Peter ran away from the forest. And the first thing we need to do if we're going to write complex sentences is to identify the different parts of the word. So, first of all, let's have a look at where the nouns are in the word. A noun is the name of a person, an object, or a place. And the nouns in this sentence are here and here. Okay, so those are the nouns. We've got Peter is a noun and forest is a noun. So let's now have a look at where the verbs are in this sentence. A verb is, of course, a doing word. And the doing word in this sentence is here. So the doing word is ran. That's what Peter's doing. Okay. So the first complex sentence we're going to look at is adding a clause to the noun. So we're going to add a clause to the first noun in the sentence first of all, and that is here, Peter. So we're going to add a clause just after Peter. Now we need to make sure when we're adding clauses to sentences that the clause that we add makes sense in the sentence. I could say anything about Peter. I could say Peter, who enjoyed playing football, ran away from the forest. But the fact that Peter enjoyed playing football has got nothing to do with him running away from the forest. So we need to make sure that the clause we put in there is relevant to what we're talking about. So I've chosen to put in who was terrified. So Peter, who was terrified, ran away from the forest. We must also make sure that we then remember to put in commas to separate the clause from the rest of the sentence. Once we've added a clause and created a complex sentence, that might not necessarily mean that that's the best sentence we can write. There's always a few added extras. So we've got our complex sentence with our clause to the noun, Peter, who was terrified, ran away from the forest. But as we saw earlier, there's another noun in this sentence, and we can add another adjective to describe that noun. So, Peter, who was terrified, ran away from the gloomy, damp forest. So there we've added a couple of adjectives to describe the forest. The other thing that we can do is add a more powerful verb. Ran is a perfectly good verb and it explains what Peter's doing, but there are other words that we could use instead of ran that would explain how he's running, the type of running that he's doing. So here we've added scrambled. So Peter, who was terrified, scrambled away from the gloomy, damp forest. And now we've written a sentence that's complex, it's got adjectives, it's got a powerful verb. It's a sentence to be proud of.